My take on the Youssef Ramadan 100-yard butterfly, time of 43.15 seconds, 24 March 2023. I'm filming this Tuesday, 6 February 2024. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, and it's my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. So this was at the 2023 National Collegiate Athletic Association Division I Swimming Championships in Minneapolis, Minnesota, United States of America. His time. Not me filming this. I'm filming this in the northern suburbs of Seattle. Washington State, United States of America, Planet Earth, the original. And the Minneapolis was, Minnesota, United States of America was Planet Earth, the original as well. At a time of 43.15 seconds in the final on Friday, 24 March 2023. With his time, he achieved a personal best time and Atlantic Coast Conference record in first place. I provide my take/perspective on his performance and contextualize it in terms of writing and publishing about the race on English Wikipedia. As I started contributing to his article in December 2021. So it's been multiple years that I've contributed to his article. He was one I can look at people, read a bunch of people, search a bunch of people on Wikipedia, and then from that, there's some subset that I go on to write and or publish about. And so he was one that I started writing and publishing about in December 2021. And I was like, so he is Egypt born, raised, and schooled up to college. And he attends Virginia Tech in the United States state, Virginia. And the Virginia Tech Hokies. And it was a pretty big deal in terms of my writing, but also the school program. And so there was a bit of, it'd be cool to see somebody from Africa, who didn't, move away at a young age, right? They stayed there for their developmental years before leaving. To see them do well in international competition, be it, regional or world or continental or whatever, but also to see them do well outside of their country. And so it was in writing about it, it's kind of an interesting thing there's the Africa legacy component for Youssef Ramadan, but there's also the school program history, because it was the first ever NCAA Division I title for the men's swim and dive program. So it was a really big deal for the school, but it was also a big deal for him and his people, so to speak. Ethnicity kind of people, and then there's the cohort kind of people at the school that accepted him and that he attends. Was attending at the time of the race anyway, because it's about a point in time. And so I watched it, and I did write and publish about it, and it was kind of a fun to see him get the gold medal, so to speak. It was one that I was like, each year, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And so, yeah, it was a fun one to see. It's kind of and it was one to think about too, that kind of came up with watching his race and kind of following his careers. So there's the paid and contracted roommate thing I've been talking about with my running. People want to pay and contract me and or contract me, contract me as a runner. What about the support team, right? His team the fellow swimmers on his team have been very supportive, and they've been doing did wonderful performances as well. So he did good, others rose to the occasion as well. And so thinking about who's on the sidelines, so to speak. So I do the 1 mile of road run, and that's kind of it exclusively these days. So thinking of that, and is that behind me, but projecting it to the future, right? I was saying I live with my soulmate and or soulmates, and so Jacob Ingebrigtsen wants part of my contract to be, even if he's sweaty and temperamental at every race he runs, he wants me on the track, on the sidelines, there, ready, and he gets to hug me. Whether or not he does, he gets to, for social and mental health, to show that one, even if he's pissed off or sweaty or tired or whatever, he can still maintain social composure enough that I accept his hug and hug him back. And two, positivity, right? Even if it's a wonderful time and even if it's a horrible time, I still give him a hug. But thinking through, so then who would my person be? Right? I don't have the income, nor necessarily would I contract / pay a roommate. I'd rather have one of my soulmate and or soulmates come with me, plus with or without our squirrel children or lizard children or whatever. So who might be somebody? Let's say I went for, I really, 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 really want a minimum of 24 world records in the road run, you know, kind of thing. And life has just opened up, and I've been training so well that my body and my menstruating cycle go, you know what, girl, we're gonna give you a break. Right? You guys don't have to worry about getting pregnant. You already got squirrel children that are conquering the world in terms of eternal youth, you know, 5,000 years old, you know, that kind of stuff. So we can let you take a break and not even have to worry about it. We don't want to give you stress. My body's going, you know, that doesn't want to give me stress, right, and cause cancer or something like that. It goes, can give you a break so you can do what you want to do because you have not been able to do that in your life thus far. And I'm approximately 31 years old. 31 years old. I'll say 30 because that way people don't fixate on the number. I'm approximately 30 years old. And then, or give overdue attention to the number. Approximately 30 years old. 30 plus is my age bracket. There's 30 plus years of age. And so maybe the person who's with me for those 24 world records, not necessarily everything I do, but, you know, maybe, I don't know how I would play it. So my Leon Marchand. And I should specify my Jacob Ingebrigtsen. It's like a standard thing, and I'm learning in performance sports and performing arts and stuff to have more than one person contracted for like a certain name space, right? So like my Jacob Ingebrigtsen might run outdoor track exclusively, but then there might be another Jacob Ingebrigtsen who runs track under the same namespace, like indoor track, and then another one might run cross country, right? So that kind of thing. And that's just kind of industrial standard, partially protection. So my Jacob Ingebrigtsen, I am his and his only soulmate kind of thing. So yeah, my Leon Marchand, why him? He is perhaps currently anyway, the most he is the most clear on his facial expressions. I have the least difficulty per my current in interpreting like his face. Which sounds weird, but like, yeah. I feel like that would matter for me if I'm like I'm thinking about this from a purely professional standpoint of like I'm running, right? And I see him while like he's on the sidelines, I might see him. And so like, you know, instead of like seeing somebody and be like, I have no idea what that means, right? And maybe it's all just supportive, right? And stuff, but like to have like zero ambiguity and like, okay, I know what that means, you know, that kind of thing. Personally, that matters, right? Like interpreting a road sign when I'm out riding on the roads, like I want to be able to make sure I interpret that road sign correct, right? Because there could be not so fun consequences if I interpreted it wrong. So purely professional here. Same with the my Jacob Ingebrigtsen wanting me on the sidelines for social and mental health, right? Yes. There you go. I guess it could be physical health too if he was like really cold and I had really warm clothes on and I could like put the clothes on him, or he got body heat. It'd be like physical health, but mental and social are like the big components there. Yeah, but this is a race that actually got me thinking about that, right? Like he's so fortunate to have such a great support team with like the school he's at. Not everybody has that, and to see that and I was like, how about me? How about my performance? And like if I were to go forward or pursue something like a world record. I have 24 world records in the 1 mile road run. I'm a she, her, hers. What would my support team on the pool deck, so to speak, but not the pool deck, on the side of the road, what would that look like? Yeah. So it got me thinking. I like this guy a lot. If you're watching this, Youssef Ramadan, I like you. Thank you for letting me write and publish about you. You're a cool dude. Yes, so that's my take on the Youssef Ramadan 100-yard butterfly, time of 43.15 seconds from 24th March 2023.